because when we put it together with the podcast, we'll just chop that bit off and it's completely fine.
Sweet, brother. No worries.
So where we're up to was, keeping it simple. How important was that for you? Like, I think because probably up until that point, there was a lot of confusion that was going on about, I'll try this and I'll try this and I'll try this and nothing's working.
Yeah, well, like I said before, I tried all the diets, and it was very specific. It was down to the point. It was, I got to do this, got to do that. You got to do it this time. Where with the simple side of things, it made you breathe. It made you really think. No, that's the calorie you got to intake. That's the food you got to eat. That's the natural fats. That's the everything that you need in your body to treat your body like a temple. And I've listened to a lot of podcasts, a lot of people that went to the journey that I went through, and not just that, they had other personal things and everything like that. But they went to the stage to the you treat your body like a temple, and you treat your body well, your body will look after you. I'm 26 years old, but I feel like I'm 16, 17 again. I'm running around with the kids and running back, and so no, that was the thing, mate. Like made my life easier with the gym, with the regime, with the gym, and the eating plan. The nutrition was the biggest thing for me. So,
did you ever think you'd get to a point where you'd never lose the weight?
Oh yeah, plenty of times, mate. Plenty of times. Every time I lose it, I always put it back on. In a space of not even a month, it got to the point where at one point I just gave up, and that's where
where the weight
I was at. Yeah, that's where it's this skyrocketed, and I gave up, and it got to the point where I just didn't care anymore, and I wasn't, and that's when it turned into the dark side. I didn't want to be anymore. So yeah.
I think a lot of men fall off their fitness journey because they think that you have to be perfect along the way. And then they're working with coaches that expect perfection, and that causes this sense of like anxiety. And was that important for you to understand that you can still have some level of indulgence here and there? But then, come Monday or come Friday or whatever it is, it's just about getting back on track and not being made to feel shit. Because I think one of the problems is the fitness industry really puts pressure on people and it makes them feel shit and they feel worse. And then they go away from their journey entirely, right?
Yeah. No, exactly right. Like, I'll obviously with the with the profession that I'm in now, it's a very taxing environment. Not just physically but mentally. Like my trainer at the time, my head of performance, Trav Toomey, mate. Like he's a machine. Like he's ridiculous. Like he's in his 40s. He can do everything, mate. He can outrun people. He can, I watched him when I was younger. He was doing handstand push-ups and like how do you do that? Hey mate, he's just switched on. He knows what he's doing, and like I try and follow his way, but I do it my way. How my body can cope with it. Like there's a lot of things that I can't do that he can do. And vice versa. But but he's I look up to him as a trainer. Like for a trainer, he's spot on. He knows what he's doing and everything like. And yourself as well. Like you helped me out with a lot of, especially in the nutrition part. That was my big thing, and that was the question that I gave to you. Was my nutrition was shocking. Like I just ate everything, and I thought what was the healthiest. My intake, my portion size. Man, I used to smash it. Oh. Man, like I used to sit there and almost eat like a bull bucket of KFC chicken, like the bucket. I used to eat all that, and I'm going, no, I'm sweet, I'm good. It's ain't chicken. And then you look at the scales and it's like put on 5-6 kilos in one sit, and you're like, oh, here we go again.
There's a couple of points that I want to raise there. Is that one of them is if you're always just following a meal plan, and it might be keto or it might be fasting or it might be vegetarian or whatever it is. As long as you keep following the meal plan and you never learn how to do it yourself, you're always going to remain stuck, right? And that's I think the important part about you've got to gain the tools. And once you've gained the tools, yeah, you can look at someone like your trainer and say, okay, well, he's doing that, but I know the tools, and you have confident that you've got the tools in the background. And the second thing is just going to the pointy end of the spear. For anyone that's trying to lose some weight, I guarantee you, you're not going to run it off through, treadmill and cardio and bike. You're just not going to run it off.
Nah.
You dial your nutrition in, and that's the thing that really solves everything.
Yeah. Oh well, as soon as I did that, mate, like it just melted off me.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I got to a point where there was about 1 or 2 weeks, it was just like, it's not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden it just went,
Yeah.
just stripped off me. I was like, oh wow, okay, there's 5 kilos in 3 weeks in the space of that 1
you
week.
must look at yourself in the mirror now and just go like, when you're 50 kilos down from where you were, you must be like,
Yeah.
feels a bit.
Nah, sometimes I gotta look twice. Don't
Yeah.
recognize myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there looking at myself and going, oh wow, where was you?
Where
Where
did
was
you
you
go?
5 years ago, mate?
Mate,
Like seriously,
you
like
go for a pee and you see the old fella again. How good?
yeah, get the get the meeting again. So see how we go.
Mate, the best. Dude, look, a lot of people look up to you now, but for not only NRL stuff, but just for the weight loss, I think it's an inspirational story, and that's cool. It shows the hard work. Where does your weight sit now?
Well, I was at that at my lowest. I was weighing about 117. I was 117 kilos, but I've chucked on a few kilos of muscle, so which is good. It's good for where I'm playing. I'm a front rower, so I've got to pack on a little bit of kilos just to help me out and getting bashed around by 4 blokes every time I run. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm weighing around 120, in between 120 and 122. So floating in there at the moment. I'll have to go for one more little cut just to help me out with the game speed and my time management. But other than that, I'm happy where I'm at the moment. It's the light as I've been. I feel good, feel strong, so which is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
and what, I guess, as we sort of pull this one to a close, what would you say to to the guy that's sitting there at 150 kegs or 120 kegs, and it's way above where he wants to be, and they kind of keep repeating a story in the head. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, you've been there. Like, I haven't been there, so I can give guidance, but I can't truly say that this is what you need to do.
Yep.
What advice would you give to that sort of a gent?
Well, for me personally, well, obviously it's not for everyone, but for me personally, I was looking at my kids. Like my kids were a big inspiration to me. I wanted to go around and play with them and jump on the jumping castles, and I look at the weight limit and going, oh no, I'm over the weight limit. It really struck me hard. I'm always over the weight limit with a lot of things, and I said, nah. I said, fuck this. Let's get this in. Let's get this in. Let's get this. And like I think, like even though with the boys as well, with a lot of the lads on the BBA, man, like some of yous were like yous inspired me. Yous pushed me as well. Don't think that like it's. I don't think myself as a leader or anything like that. I'm just a bloke that's in my own lane trying to do my own life. But if people want to follow that and follow that, oh mate, credit to you to even jump on board on BBA. To be honest with you, like this is your journey that you got to follow. And the weight loss thing for me was was just actually looking at my kids and always checking the weight limit with a lot of things, a lot of the machinery and everything like that, or even seats or just like that. And that pushed me, and then looking in the mirror and feeling the shirt. Like this shirt here never used to fit me, but now I wear it every second day just to look at myself and go, wow, like I
And I
remember
think
this was skin tight.
I think the key thing there is, like, I want to kind of decipher what you've said. A lot of people would say, "Oh, so he's doing it for his kids." I think the kids are the motivation, but actually, if you scratch the surface, the real reason you're doing it for your kids is that you want to like yourself for having done the right thing for your kids.
Yeah, no.
So it's not just for the kids. You're not just doing it for someone else. You've got to want to do it for your own self integrity and for your own, life experience. And I think, dude, that's like super commendable. So for the Bunnies fans, what's the outlook looking like for the year, mate? A few changes, but yeah, you think we're in with a chance?
Oh, everyone's a chance. It's the NRL. Whoever flips that switch, mate, that's it. Like South Sydney, South's done it last year with Wayne. Obviously Wayne's, mate, he's the best. He's one of the best coaches that's ever been around the game. But Jason, mate, he knows what he's doing. He's not silly. He's not a silly person. He knows the ins and outs. He's been under Wayne for so long. He knows footy. That's the thing. He's a people person too, and a lot of the boys are very very comfortable under him. With South, mate, like yeah, I don't know. I can't explain. I've been around a couple of clubs and I've talked with a lot of the boys at the All Stars, and our club seems to be like a very tight knit group. It's awesome. Like the likes of like Cody, Latrell. They've done it all so far. Uh, Cam Murray. They don't look at themselves as superstars. They look at themselves as people just trying
Yeah.
to make a living.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
Different,
that's what makes
different
us real
type of
good.
leadership, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, they're a leadership group, and them fellas, some of them blokes, got to carry themselves on a high horse. But I don't know what other clubs. I've never been around other clubs, but you get them blokes like in the lower grades and that, like, and some of the clubs and that, like they carry themselves a bit too high for where their standards are.
Mm.
But with South, mate, everyone's the same level.
Mm.
Don't care how much money you make. Don't care what accolades you make. Like one of the main boys I really talk to the most is Damien Cook and Tommy Burgess. Like enough because Tommy's played for England, Great Britain. Cookie's done the same thing. He's played for Australia. He's played for New South Wales. But yeah, absolute champions. Latrell, Cody, all of them, every single one of them that's played in the higher ranks are absolute champions, and they don't ever hesitate. All the South City fans don't ever hesitate to say hello because I'm telling you, they'll get cranky with you for not saying hello.
Love that.
No,
And I
they're
think
awesome.
it's a good endorsement of the idea that you become the product of the people that you hang around with, and that's
Yeah,
really important. That you make sure that the crowd that you're putting you in most often is a good one that picks you up and empowers you, and that's what we're all about in the academy, dude. You've moved on to a new level of kind of training and doing stuff now, but I guess I just wanted to say congratulations from all of our community, and we say once a wolf, always a wolf. Super proud to have worked with you, brother, and congratulations on your first game, and hopefully there's quite a few more coming. So, dude,
yeah,
appreciate you coming on the podcast this morning. Guys, this has been the Better Body Academy podcast. The podcast that you come to when you're sick of the dumb diets and unsustainable workout programs and you want to become an NRL player. I'll see you guys
yeah.
in the next episode.